This video is a revision of a prior video that I did on my channel several years ago, and it's one that I believe deserves to be bumped back up to the top because the information is so crucial when it comes to manifesting the things that you want in your life. I'd also like to mention prior to this video that we are about to hit 1 million subscribers on this channel, which is super exciting. And because of that, and because of all the requests that I've received, I'm running a really big sale on my most popular course, Ultimate Manifestation Mastery. Because of this special occasion, I'm leaving links in the description of this video. You can either watch my masterclass to learn more, or you can go directly to the sales page, and there's a coupon code in the description of this video as well to get that discount. I'm going to run that sale for the next 2 weeks or until those coupon codes run out. I have 100 coupon codes available. Now on to the video. Quantum physics tells us that when energy is entwined with consciousness, we pull from an infinite number of possibilities that are available to us and manifest from those possibilities something in our physical reality. We are partly a product of our environment and the experiences we've had in our formative years, but we have the ability to alter any portion of our surroundings and create a new future once we understand how and why the power of our mind is so crucial in doing so. We live in two simultaneous worlds: the invisible world of cause, where thoughts and beliefs are creators, and the seemingly material world of effect, where the results or manifestations of our thoughts and beliefs come into being and are experienced. The law of creation is exact and can easily be demonstrated through the invisible idea of a plant within a seed. That idea is within the seed before it is even planted, and that seed will produce only the particular plant which is invisible within it. Both physical scientists and metaphysicians agree that the physical world is in constant change. The more we learn about the inner or invisible world in which we exist, we realize that this invisible world is infinite. We, who are in the image and likeness of the infinite intelligent power, are also infinite and have available to us an ever-expanding intelligence. Through the law of creation, we can project an idea into the mind and have that idea come into manifestation. With this knowledge, we can take control and start to shape our lives and our reality from a creative consciousness paradigm. Once fully understood, we can shed ourselves of old paradigms of reality that constrain us and accelerate the ushering in of a new reality that empowers and creates a basis for total wellness. We must take our own unfoldment in our hands and give conscious direction to the evolutionary forces within us. From the perspective of quantum physics, the universe is made up entirely of energy. This science also states that all things are interconnected, interdependent, and essentially one or unified. The energy exists in two forms, either in particle, having form, or as wave, unformed or empty of form. Particles can be seen and observed at points in space and time, and are the basis for the objects that we perceive in the universe, or the established reality we are used to living in and moving through. Waveform energy includes anything related to thoughts, sounds, mind images, and feelings. As humans, we possess both states of energy in our makeup, and so have an inner waveform energy world and life. This wave energy flows in and between our perceived particle-based body, which is the boundary that most believe is where we start and end. In other words, the perception for many is that the physical body is the self. This gives rise to the mistake that the physical component is all that we are, which often leads to separation consciousness, where we think I and not we, and start to think of everything outside of this I as both objective and not our concern unless it suits us. The truth is that the embodied reality we call I gives us our definition of time and space. The mind gives us time, and the body gives us object space. From this limited perceived particle form, the physical body is the self, we become a reality with a self-imagined point in time and space. Man created time as a concept because our embodied reality puts us in a time-space continuum, where past, present, and future can be measured. And we see ourselves progressing in a linear fashion down a path of time. However, some theories in quantum physics state that what we really do is keep choosing one single possible storyline each moment in time, whereas there are infinite choices in every moment that we can choose from. And each choice we make then opens us up to the next unlimited set of possibilities for the next moment. From the field of neuroscience, we know that our brain operates from imagery, sounds, smells, taste, and touch that are processed through electrical signals. The gray-dark area of the brain organ does not have any physical contact with what is considered external stimuli. It's merely a translator. Our perception and cognition of objects through this apparatus gives rise to feelings and emotions. We then think of our life as operating in a constant loop, where we take in our reality from out there via all of our sense awareness, and then process it via the mental consciousness procedure, which uses our nervous systems and brain neural circuitry. These in turn produce feelings, which are effects of cellular, biochemical reactions and pathways running in our bodies. Our brains do not confront the original of any matter on a physical level, but rather produce an electrical copy of it formed inside this organ. In other words, the external world is actually inside of our brains. These physical facts bring us to the conclusion that everything that we see, hear, smell, taste, and touch are simply electrical signals within our brains that are interpreted. Therefore, the things interpreted are actually a part of us. They are produced within the brain, which is encased within the body. You are not in the world that you perceive yourself to be in. Rather, the world is inside of you. Your body, or the I that you recognize to be you, the body you know yourself to be in, is also an image form that is rendered within your brain. The only reality that any one of us experiences is the world of perceptions within our minds, and consequently our feeling states. This is why you may hear that the world is a mirror or a reflection of who and what you are. It originates and lives internally within you and is interpreted by your brain within you. However, you are not your brain. The brain is operated by something much larger. The brain organ is merely a means of translation of experiences. You are consciousness, or conscious mind, experiencing the translation of the brain as mirrored back to you. What this means is this: the mind can take control. It has the ability to shape the brain's wiring. This tool, the brain, is meant to be used by the mind, not the other way around. Unfortunately, many times people become stuck in allowing the brain to run on its default programming rather than giving it new programs to bring about new translations or manifestations. When the mind finds its true power, the result is motivation, inspiration, expression, healing, discovery, personal growth, and deliberate creation. The brain in its purely primal function is incapable of such things. It's simply a machine, or as previously stated, a tool to be utilized in a purposeful manner. When properly employed, it is the servant and not the master. That being said, it has the capability of bringing you every experience that you've ever dreamed of. Although this concept may be difficult for many to understand, the science behind it is factual. No one experiences reality in the same manner that you do, because you create it internally. With this knowledge, it may become easier to understand that you have the ability to consciously alter the brain to generate what you choose to now perceive as your manifested reality. You can create new neural pathways and therefore new electrical signals that will furnish you with a new translation, or what you know as your physical reality. Rewiring your brain is critical in creating what you desire. Following are a few ways to do this. Number 1. Go outside of your normal routine. According to scientific research, we each have about 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day. That's equivalent to one thought for every 1 to 2 seconds during every waking hour. What's even more interesting is that of those 60 to 70,000 thoughts, 95% are the same thoughts that you had yesterday and the day before and the day before that. Your mind is like a record player, playing the same record over and over again. In this manner, it's nearly impossible to create a deviation from your current reality. One way to alter that record that's on repeat within the brain is to go outside of your normal routine whenever possible. By doing something new, our brain circuits respond by stretching our neuroplasticity and activating new pathways. What this means is, the brain forms and reorganizes new connections in response to new experiences. And when we do this often enough, neurons in our brain are reinforced, making stronger connections, and creating new electrical signals that have the ability to translate new experiences in our reality. This gives the brain more options to work with for future manifestations. Number 2, dream yourself into a new reality. Visualizing and daydreaming have a large impact on the brain. The brain doesn't know the difference between what's being played out in the external and internal worlds. Accordingly, internal transformation changes our outer reality. As previously mentioned, the outer world is merely a mirror of what is happening internally within the brain. This means you can literally dream yourself into a new reality by rewiring your brain through visualizing and mentally stimulating your mind to embed new signals into your cells and your circuitry. Number 3, tell yourself the best feeling story available. Telling yourself the best feeling story about all of your life circumstances will over time build and cement new improved beliefs. This reforms your habitual neural network of thought and creates new electrical signals. The quantum field, or the holographic world that you perceive through the brain, is responding to your beliefs and the expectations that those beliefs evoke. It delivers their equivalent back to you to create your physical reality. Therefore, improving your beliefs will always be your key, long-term, to more fully realizing your dreams and goals. Repetition and heightened feeling states are of utmost importance. By tricking the brain into feeling that the reality that you choose is already so, it will go to work to match that for you. This is an example of the mind overriding the brain, and can be accomplished by feeling how it would feel to already have what you desire. Or you may produce an intense positive feeling state by recalling something from your past. If this doesn't work for you, imagine a person that already has what you want and how it must feel to be them. With enough time and consistent practice, the brain will believe that the new reality is already so, and respond to the new beliefs by manifesting the matching electrical circuits for a new perceived material reality. Extensive studies show that when you decide to change your mind in a determined fashion, you can cause physical changes to your brain. It's also been scientifically shown that the brain is structurally altered by changes in your behavior patterns. You can make this a conscious process, where shifts in your thoughts, attitude, and beliefs rewire current problematic areas. You can conquer toxic thinking patterns and old limiting beliefs with changes in your views, having new visions, imploring feelings of your choosing, and stretching yourself whenever possible. You get to consciously choose what you will create or change. This is the power that you have in every moment, to see all the possible outcomes available to you and then connect consciously and purposefully with the one that seems most desirable. We are each in a theater of our own creating, continually writing the scripts and decorating the stage with our focus. Remember this when you feel trapped within the illusion of a job, a relationship, a living situation, or any other label. If something in your life has become a source of pain or discomfort for you, you have the absolute power to change it. All you have to do is choose a different reality.